DaVinci Resolve is now jam-packed with AI features, but are they any good? If you believe the marketing, they are the most helpful, useful, amazing, incredible things that you would need as an editor. But as we know, real life and marketing hype don't always match up. Well, luckily for you, I've gone through and given all of them real world testing so that you don't have to. Today, I'm going to share my opinions on 10, 11, maybe 12 of all of the most popular ones that I think are worth looking at. Are they any good? Do they suck? Let's get into it. Have a look. Alright, first up we have AI slate detection. It detects when the slate is in the scene, and then it can use the AI to extract all of the metadata from the slate, the stuff like the shot, the take, the production name, the director, all of that good stuff, and populate it in the metadata form inside DaVinci Resolve. Super awesome for DITs or just anybody who's working as a solo production, because the DIT job can actually get pretty hectic, and noting everything down with a pen, making sure that information is translated to the editor can be a pain. Now, DaVinci Resolve can circumvent this process and do it all for you. I was a little bit skeptical about this because I thought, is it going to work? Is it not? Turns out I tried it with some actual footage from a short film I shot last year as part of the 48-hour film project, and I was pretty well blown away, surprised, impressed with the results. Not only did it extract the data and it found the slate very well and very good with just a click of a button, super time saving, it actually, even with like a really bad glare, because I mean the slate we were using is plastic, so it has like an acrylic plastic glare from the lights, and even so it still managed to extract all the data. On the 2 times I used it, it only did one mistake, and that was the funny little and symbol got mistaken for like a 9, and the director's name had an O instead of an E. But small things for such a bad glare on the slate. Overall, super impressed, and I think this year's 48-hour film project is going to go much smoother because it'll take that pressure off the DIT. So I think AI slate detection, fantastic, works lovely. Okay, AI sharpening, the AI super sharpening. I had high hopes for. I'd seen it in demonstrations where people were like, you've got a shot and you've shot manual with a fairly shallow depth of field, and you've just slightly got the depth of focus in the wrong place. Maybe you've got the nose or the ears in like really sharp focus, but the eyes just aren't sharp enough. From the marketing, it looked easy. You drop it on, bam, you can recover that detail back. I have not had that experience. For me, it sharpened it quite well for areas that were in focus, but it out of focus, really like softly focused areas, just didn't come back. It didn't live up to the marketing. I'd say this is kind of take it or leave it. It's a good sharpening tool, but it doesn't do exactly as it said. Alright, so AI motion deblur. This is something that I was super pumped about. This sells as a put it on, motion blur disappears, and there you go, you're back to normal. I have not had this experience with it at all. I was actually extremely disappointed. I took screen grabs of things that I thought would make good thumbnails, but had motion blur, like the hand went through it. What did it do? Nothing. It literally just had a 1-to-1 image still with the motion blur in it. I thought maybe it's just the thumbnails or like still images it's not liking. Let's try it on the same video, but just as an actual clip, and it didn't really seem to make any difference at all. What are your experiences? Hit me up in the comments down below. Okay, next up, one that has been out since DaVinci Resolve 20, so it's not brand new, but I thought it was pretty cool, and I've only actually just found out about this, is the AI EQ Matcher. You know how it is, you have different microphones. I work with lots of different microphones, but my main 3 I would say are the Sennheiser MKE 600, which I'm using right now on my FX3 via the audio handle. I also use the DJI Mic Mini, which comes straight out of the box. The sound is good. And I also like to use the Saramonic K9. Lav mics are notoriously not that great sounding straight out of the box. And if you're trying to match up lavs and shotgun mics and all sorts of other mics, it can be a pain. AI EQ Matcher, however, claims that you can sample, you have several mics in your project all on different tracks. You can click on one, right click it and say, this is the sound I want to match to. Then you can go to one of your other mics. For example, like if I had the K9 lav mic and then right click on that and say, this one I want to match to the thing that I chose as the source, and then with one click, it will sort it all out for you. You can match it to you can just do it on a clip by clip basis, or what I like to do is keep all my separate mics on different tracks and then just put it on the track. And when you do it, you see the track EQ will suddenly change, and it's like added frequencies, it's taken away frequencies, and it's matched it up. Is it exactly the same? No. It's not, but it's very close. And for a feature which is just there and takes a couple of clicks, I think it's actually pretty good. If you want it exactly one-to-one, there is a better plugin, but it is a paid, expensive plugin. I've forgotten the name of it now. I'll put it down here. But for just having this there and having it match close enough, I think it's actually pretty good. And yeah, pretty handy, especially if you're in a hurry. Click, 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 done. Next up, AI IntelliScript. AI IntelliScript or like those kind of like text-based editing things have been popular for a while now, but to have it bundled in with Resolve is pretty good, and it works absolutely amazingly. You just need to quickly have it scan or, go through and analyze your footage. It brings up the transcription, which 9 times out of 10 is pretty bang on. It generally nails the script pretty well, and then you can export this as a text file, quickly go through it and cut out bits you don't want, save it, and then go back in, and with a couple of clicks you just show it, this is the text file I want you to take it from, and within one click it already makes all of the cuts in your edits, so it saves a whole bunch of time you having to go through and do it manually. AI blemish removal. AI blemish removal, I could see the need for this. It would be great because it's always that inconvenient time when you have talent on set and it just happens to be the day when they've had a spot come up. If you can get rid of it, it's gonna be pretty good. I had low hopes for this because with a lot of these effects, they look good on when you do it initially on just a frame and it can look all right, but then as soon as you get the movement and it's tracking it, you can get like fringing or flickering around the edges. And I thought that this would be the effect which that happened on. I tested it on 2 different pieces of stock footage, and one that had really got pretty extreme blemishes like all over. It didn't get rid of them completely, even on like the full, like all out, as strong as you could put the setting, but it did reduce it quite a lot. It had an impact, but didn't get rid of them completely. I guess there is only so much you can do. It's not a magic, wow, look, their skin is completely gone. However, when I tried it on a guy with less blemishes, less bad acne, it actually worked quite well. And both times when I pressed play, it is quite system intensive, but it did actually do a good job that you couldn't see any flickering around the edges or any weird tracking artifacts. That being said, the motion range wasn't like crazy fast or anything, but overall it worked all right. AI face age transform. This is one that I said before in a previous video. It's a pretty niche thing. Not sure how often you'll actually be using it, or like that. I don't see many use cases for it. It seems like an odd kind of like TikTok editing weird thing that I don't see the use for. It could be fun. It works all right. It scans your face. It's pretty easy to use. You get it to automatically detect the face. It puts a little green box around your face. You track it backwards and forwards, and then you put in your subject's approximate age, and then you can offset that age by up to 50 or less than 50. Making people older works better. De-aging people, unless it's just within 7 years, it looks terrible. The de-aging just adds loads of blur to the skin, and you end up looking like one of those horrible beauty apps that just makes, it's just added an absolute ton of Gaussian blur. Looks terrible. AI face deformer. Let's just treat this exactly the same as the last one, the de-ager. It's a bit niche, it's a bit weird. Unless you have a specific look, like a horror movie maybe, and you need like a big-eyed monster, or you want to make your face excessively wide. I don't really rate it. Okay, so next is one that I also had high hopes for and I was looking forward to using, is the AI speech generator. You can give it a 10-second clip of your voice, how you want it to be spoken, because it will take the tone, the cadence, and all that good stuff, and then you write in what you want, give it a clip to train it on the voice that you want, that you have permission to use, I'd like to add for legal reasons, and then just click generate. It worked pretty well. It wasn't one for one, but it's actually relatively impressive. 55,000 if you want. If it's 1080p, Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. This has already got great potential. It works pretty damn well, and I'm sure they're gonna make it even better as time goes on. So AI speech generator, thumbs up from me. AI Cine Focus. This is one that I had no high hopes for. I thought it was gonna be meh. It looked good in the marketing. I saw some other people's videos and thought, that looks pretty okay. But when I tried it, it was exactly how I expected. I expected going into this that this would just be another thing, kind of like the iPhone when it's got the cinematic mode, and it doesn't look very cinematic. It puts a little bit of a blur, but you can see it ends up making it look more like it either looks like a tilt shift lens where it's got weird fucking like foreground and background blur, or it just looks like you are on some dodgy green screen, like when you're on like a video call, like a Zoom call or something, and you can click to have the funny background. That is exactly how it works for this. Gonna need a little bit more experimentation with it. If there's something you think that I've done wrong, you've got some great shots of it, let me know. I'm always down to learn. Hit me up in the comments down below. And last but not least is the IntelliSearch. So it actually works very good. You could just go through, I typed night and it found all of the night shots. Type monkey and it found 10 of the monkey shots. It is pretty good. If you're on a big project and you've got lots of footage, like for smaller projects, you probably don't need to search like this, but for big projects, super good, super handy, and it will speed up your time. I say this in every video, I'm all about things that speed up my workflow and make it faster so I can have more time to do other stuff and, to shoot stuff, to go out and enjoy life. So IntelliSearch was actually pretty good. I thought it was going to be rubbish, and it turned out to be actually pretty awesome. Alrighty, so there you go. Those are the ones that I think are important in the current version 21 beta. Not all of them were new in 21 beta, at least 2 of those were from 20, but those are the ones that I think are worth knowing about. How about you guys? Are there any more that I missed? As always, you can hit me up in the comments down below for anything I missed, anything you think I've done wrong. If there's any of those plugins that I couldn't get the hang of or didn't think were that great, but it was user error, that does happen, hit me up in the comments down below and let me know. If you like these type of filmmaking and filmmaking tips and gear review type videos, you know where to find me. Couple of buttons down below. Like and subscribe, give them a whirl, and until next time guys, peace.